Hello, beautiful beings. I'm Mama Belle from Mama Belle's Tarot. Welcome to my channel. Tonight, I'll be doing a birthday reading for Cancer. The messages in this reading are meant specifically for the Cancer collective. However, you may notice some of the messages resonate if you have Cancer placements in your chart. Before we get started, I wanted to say that this is a general reading and not meant as advice of any professional sort, including but not limited to medical or legal advice. Most importantly, I would like to say thank you for clicking here. If any of this reading resonates, please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Now on to the reading. Happy birthday, Cancer! I'm going to take this off. Can't believe I forgot it. I can believe I forgot it, actually. Sounds pretty like me. So we are going to start with the Tarot of Curious Creatures by Chris Ann. She is my favorite deck creator so far. I do have a lot of decks that I like, so I guess that's, oh, how funny. The moon, one of your cards. We're going to start with 5 cards, give or take, depending on what the universe says, on how you've grown this year, lessons that you've learned in the last year, what you're releasing from the previous year, the theme of the next year for you, and a gift message for the next year. We're also going to take a look at the bottom of the deck, and that's going to be the advice going forward. I hope that the shuffling isn't too loud, and I'm very sorry if it is. So let's get started. How have you grown this last year? 2 of Cups. Okay. The 2 of Cups is how you've grown. Put that over here. What are the lessons that you've learned this last year? You have the Queen of Wands. What are you releasing from the previous year? Okay. You have Temperance. What is the theme of this next year for Cancer? What is the theme of this next year? The 2 of Pentacles. And what is a gift message for Cancer? What is a gift message for Cancer? The 9 of Swords. The advice going forward is the 4 of Swords. So this isn't looking too bad. So how you've grown this year is the 2 of Cups. And I specifically like this as far as how you've grown, because to me, this is about not necessarily somebody else or finding a soulmate specifically, but more about loving yourself in healthy ways, treating yourself like you would like a romantic partner, but the healthiest version of whatever that is. This is recognizing that you can have this partner by being this partner. You're growing yourself by filling your cup, by dating yourself, which is such a strange thing to think about. But I find that it's one of the healthiest ways to really step into your power as a partner, is to be able to understand that you're okay with being alone and taking yourself on these dates. You don't need somebody to go with you, but you'd like someone to go with you. This is how you tell the universe that you are treating yourself in a way that you want to be treated, by dating yourself in a loving and healthy manner. Also, if you hear my little one and his dada, they are playing right now. So you might hear them from time to time. I know yesterday he was like all sorts of giggles, and I felt like you could hear him. It was wonderful. It was so nice and so cute, and they're just so happy. Okay, so I don't know if you can hear them, but it's just funny. All right, so the lessons you've learned this last year is the Queen of Wands. This tells me that you really stepped into a powerful position. With most of the court cards in the suit of wands, there's a salamander, and She's the only one that doesn't have it. The salamander represents being protected from risk, being protected from fire. She doesn't have that because she recognizes that there is risk no matter what you do. But she also has her black cat, and that's her lucky and loyal companion. That is her familiar. She's not going anywhere without that cat. That is family to her. You've learned that lesson this year, that you will take who you want as your family, not just because someone thinks that you should or shouldn't have that person in your life, but because you recognize that this is your person, this is your familiar, and you recognize that things can be risky, but you're going to step into that power and do the things that make you feel passionate and powerful, like the Queen of Wands. Beautiful. What you're releasing from this previous year is temperance. So to me, this says not necessarily that you're releasing these blending of two different forces of hot and cold to make the perfect temperature, or fire and water to, make a pot boil, stuff like that. But it's finding that balance. You've recognized that there is a balance in temperance, and you're releasing the need for perfection, for there to be a perfect moment in time for anything, because there is no such thing as a perfect time. That's beautiful. That's beautiful to come to term with. Oh, it sounds like his Goga is out there too. Oh, they have such a good time. They really do. I love it. So, releasing the need for perfection is what I'm really feeling from releasing temperance. The theme of the next year for you is the Two of Pentacles. And this tells me that you're just going to have a lot of things going on. This is going to feel like constantly juggling. And so I feel like what you're learning is how to balance everything, how to continue the balance and the perfecting, so to speak, without the perfection. It feels like you're going to be a little busy. I'm going to be honest. I know, as a Taurus sun with a lot of Cancer placements, I don't necessarily like to be busy. In fact, I would rather curl up on the couch and just be comfy, cozy in my PJs and some slippers with like tea or something. Maybe hot cocoa, depending on the day. But this is being busy. And that's what I feel, is that you're going to learn how to prioritize what is important to you. And you are also going to recognize that you can drop things that you don't need to juggle. That's going to be really important for you. The gift message for this year is the Nine of Swords. And this sounds so scary sometimes. But the good thing about the Nine of Swords is you're very near to the end of the cycle. And I feel like that's the gift message, is that you have one more sword and then it's the end. So right now, while you're in this Nine of Swords and you have all this anxiety and things keeping you up at night and feeling like you're constantly repeating things and worrying, take a deep breath. Recognize that this isn't permanent, that whatever you're facing, good or bad, isn't going to last forever. So cherish the good moments and let go of what is worrying you, because it won't be permanent. The end of that cycle is going to happen. So the advice going forward is the Four of Swords. Rest. Rest as much as you can. It sounds like it's going to get real busy. Take some time to heal what needs healing. Take a nap if you need it. Naps are highly recommended here, even if I don't get them. The, perks of being a toddler mom is sometimes I get a nap when he naps and sometimes I don't. More often it's I don't. But take that time for yourself to heal what you need to heal, to rest, to recover. And then you can jump back into it when you've recovered, when you're rested, because then you're going to show up as your best self instead of jumping in when you're still exhausted and still tired and cranky, maybe hangry, who knows. But taking the time to rest will help you show up as your best self. All right. Now we are going to get a card from the Sacred Creators Oracle deck, which is also by Chris Ann. I am going to read directly out of the guidebook for this. And I'm going to read both the essential meaning, which is as if you get it in the upright, and the self-care message, which is as if you get it in the reverse. I find that whatever message is meant for you will resonate even when you hear the whole thing. And that's kind of how I read anyway, is more intuitive. Upright or reverse doesn't really matter so much to my reading. It's more about what I feel intuitively, and that's what I'll tell you. Oh, hey, 11:11 on my little timer thingy. So we're going to go ahead and get this card. All right. What is the Sacred Creators Oracle deck going to tell you today, Cancer? What would the Sacred Creators Oracle deck like Cancer to know? Card number 14, In Balance. I feel like that really resonates with the Temperance card as well as the Two of Pentacles. Let's see if you can see it a little bit better up close. Give you a little look right there. In Balance. Card number 14. Essential meanings. Patience, moderation, a perfect blend of activities, a happy balance, purpose and meaning, mixing ideas and people into a perfect brew. Self-care message. Too much focus on one thing, ignoring responsibilities that you dislike, excess, imbalance, not seeing the bigger picture. Ever elusive balance. You could drive yourself a little nutty chasing the perfect ratio of work, home, health, family, social life, hobbies, and woo time. It's okay not to strive for such compulsive perfection. Sometimes chilling way the bleep out is exactly what's needed to usher in some desperately needed balance. Then again, you may be so complacent that your heart is begging for a healthier mix. And if this is you, and you'll know when it is, then the universe requires more consistent energy from you in order to deliver your dreams. Regardless of your situation, if you're feeling misaligned and out of whack, it's time to come back to center. Look for solutions in situations that feel grounded and calming. Avoid anything that will tip the scales and suck way too much of your energy, time, or money, or that will provide you with too much lazing around time. And actively seek the moderation of tasks and time. Step away from drastic and excessive and any imbalances that just don't feel right. Consistent introspection to see where you're lacking and your leaking energy will guide you to the middle ground that's required right now. Find long-term success through a measured blending of strengths, productivity, and stillness. No one can create balance for you. Only you know it because it is a feeling. How balanced do you feel today? What does a balanced life look like to you? Can you plan a week around this? Are there any self-critical not enoughs that are eating their way into your balance? That was exactly what we talked about. And resting, it was just so perfect that all of that really came into play. And it's one of the things that I really love about doing readings, especially when we do an oracle card that ends up just tying the whole entire reading in a nice little bow. I know that perfection is exactly what it says not to strive for, but sometimes it feels like these messages are pretty perfect, especially with the oracle message that helps it tie up together. Wonderful. It just makes me really happy. I hope this message resonated with you. If it did, please feel free to like, subscribe, and comment, as well as share it with someone you feel it will also resonate. Happy birthday again, Cancer. I hope this year brings you health, wealth, happiness, clarity, passion, and alignment. With so much love, I'm Mama Belle, and I look forward to doing your next reading. Happy birthday.